Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams to you, ma. Pranams to you all. That was wonderful purport by our Acharya Srila Prabhupada. Everything laid out so beautifully in detail. I think when the reading was going on, we all could see what are we up to, what might be happening with us, what should we be cautious about. Yeah. Yeah. The key point is, as we have heard yesterday, Bhakti lata bija. This Bhakti lata bija, śravaṇ-adi jale, śravaṇ-adi jale, with the hearing and chanting, this creeper grows. This point is tattva. With the hearing and chanting, the creeper grows. That is why Shravanam has such great importance. The creeper is growing because of hearing, Shranvam. See, Lord Krishna, after sixth chapter, when he said Yogi Nama Sarvesham, Madgate Rantarat, Shraddhavan, Vajate Yom, Same Yukta Tamo Mata, that yogi that who does bhajan of me in his heart is the perfect. What bhajan to do, how to do that bhajan, I'll tell you now. Whom should that bhajan be on? I'll tell you now. Yada Gnashasi Tashrunu, Arjuna Tashrunu. Now here I will tell you. Very crucial point. So, how healthy is our bhakti creeper? And how alert are we to see that there are no weeds growing? When Sri Prabhupada said Kutinati, when there is Kutinati, it's the biggest weed. One side devotional creeper growing, the other side biggest weed Kutinati growing. Kutinati is this twisted thinking, twisted. Thinking is twisted, dealings are twisted. No straightforward. Twisted. Kutinati, twisted thinking, twisted. One should be vigilant. That there should not be twisted thinking, twisted dealings, straight. So that is biggest weed. So Shravanam is the theme. Shravanam of Bhagavan and Shravanam of the reality. Tattva means reality. Tattva is knowledge of reality. Shravanam of that every day. In the reality that is Bhagavan. And Bhakti is actually coming from Bhagavan. All the bhaktas, they are Bhagavans. These are all reality. So that reality we should hear every day. So much so that with such faith and earnestness, whatever illusion is sitting in our mind should go away. We should be filled with that reality that we are hearing. That's what hearing means. We are filled so much with what we are hearing, that is the reality. That is it. Everything else happens. Very important, dear devotees. Everything else happens when this hearing is of that quality. Like now the Shabda Brahman is coming, and now the reality is coming. What I'm hearing is the reality. This is the Acharya Vani, Shabda Brahman. I have to fill myself with this reality. That's it. Then this Vani will operate through us. This Vani will make us think how we should think. This Vani will make us do the service. This Vani will show what weeds are growing and how they needs to be separated, though exactly they look like Bhakti. And this Vani will keep us with the Nama. This Vani, this is the Sandhini Shakti. If anything is happening in our Bhakti, this is because of the Sandhini Shakti. We should be filled with this Vani of the Acharyas, the Shabda Brahman of the Acharyas, and then chant based on what the Shabda Brahman is, and then serve based on what we have heard. Serving happens. What happens is this, dear devotees. So now we have heard how Shravanam is the key. What did Parikshit Maharaj do? Did not move a bit. 7 days and nights, did not move a bit. All he did was Shravanam, Shravanam, Shravanam. So much so that he is just filled with what Sukadeva Goswami was saying. Period. He has darshan of Bhagavan. Went home back to Godhead. That is the power of hearing, Shravana. And when we are hearing like that, we have to make sure what we are hearing totally 100% should come sit within us. And when there is a mental operation going on here, it is obstructing the hearing process. It is diluting. It is stopping the Sadhana Shakti to flow within us. When Arjuna heard from Lord Krishna, he just took it all. If there were questions, clarified, that's all. But no self-analyzation, self-conclusion, come up with a formula, come up with something and try to do it on platform. Illusory. So here, yeah. Shabda Brahman has to be filled within us. That's all. So what happens is with this hearing, Shravanadi Shuddha-jale, when we hear about Bhagavan Krishna, hear about Bhagavan, that he is the Lord. He is supposed to control me and everybody around me and everything. So in this way, he is Bhagavan. He is supposed to be controlling. I don't control. He should control. And then I am meant to give him the pleasure. I don't force him to give what I want. Like that. Bhagavan means understand him in tattva. Bhaktaram yajnatapasam yajnalokam sarvaloka maheshwari. Like that. So hearing about the reality. This is Bhagavan. This is Harinam. This is Vaishnavas. This is Bhakti. Yeah. Okay. Now do the chanting. Now do the glorification. That's it. These two things. Based on the first thing, second thing will happen. Glorification and chanting will happen. Just with this, the Bhakti lata bija grows. Dear devotees, if we are not only thing, okay, what do we do to see that the Bhakti lata grows? Here, like this. Here. And how do I know that my hearing is the best? Yeah, your chanting should be the best, the quality. I like that. And your acha, our acha will be the best. Everything depends on that. Okay. So this is where the Bhakti Lata Bija grows. See, when the hearing is happening, when we are hearing the Sadhu-Vani Shastra, Bhakti Lata Bija is growing. You know what it is, where it is going to, as we heard? It goes from the heart, penetrates the layers of Brahmanda. The layers of Brahmandas are these. First, the Panchamahabhutas. Bhumi, Rapo, Ranalo, Vayur, come. 5 Panchamahabhutas. It means our physical body is actually made of Panchamahabhutas, right? So it penetrates, Bhakti Lata Bija penetrates first these Panchamahabhutas. And each layer is 10 times bigger than the previous layer. Even then, Bhakti Lata Bija penetrates through them. First, the earth layer, and 10 times bigger than the earth layer is the water layer. 10 times more bigger than that water layer is the fire layer, like that. All the 5 layers, Bhakti Lata Bija penetrates it. What does that mean? When we are hearing the Shabda Brahman, the hearing will propel us to do the Seva. So anything of this physical limitations, the laziness, everything, that is overcome. Bhakti Lata Bija penetrates the Panchamahabhutas. It operates the Panchamahabhutas. So our Shravanam operates our body. When that Shravanam is operating the body, that is called Seva. You see, it's with the śravaṇa-kīrtana-jale. It is with the hearing, Bhakti Lata Bija is growing and penetrating the Panchamahabhutas. Like that. So, and after that, then the Bhakti Lata Bija penetrates. Next layer is the mind after the Panchamahabhutas. And that is 10 times bigger than what? The previous layers, which are already bigger than 10 times than the previous layers. Very difficult to penetrate, but Bhakti Lata Bija penetrates. Why is it penetrating? Where is this strength coming for this Bhakti Lata Bija creeper? It's a creeper. Where is this strength coming to this creeper to penetrate this layer of mind, such monster? Shravanam. Shravanam. Hear the Shabda Brahman. Attach yourself, fill ourselves with that Vani of the Sadhu, the instruction of the Sadhu, with which the Japa also goes, the Nama goes. It's the same thing that propels, whatever has propelled, whatever has given the strength for the Bhakti Lata to penetrate the Pancha Mahabhutas, that will give the strength to penetrate the mind. Prasangamajaram pasham atmanah kavayo vidu sayeva sadhu sukruto mokshadvaram apavritam. So, it is this attachment to the sadhu, means the Vani of the sadhu, means the instruction of the sadhu. That's all. This attachment is so much that we are filled with that Vani and instruction of the sadhu. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Koriya Aikya. So this is the strength of that Bhakti Lata Bija. It's not that we are doing something. If at all we have to do something, fill ourselves with that Vani of the sadhu, instruction of the sadhu. If there's a question of what do I do, this is the only thing we do. And the next thing. So in this way, yeah, the next thing is when the Bhakti Lata Bija is growing like this, from the beginning itself, when it is trying to penetrate the Pancha Mahabhutas, penetrate the mind, oh, so many weeds come out, thoughts come out, many things come out. All those are to stop the weed from the Bhakti lata bija going to Bhagavan. Any thought in the mind, any understanding, any thought or understanding that takes us away from Seva, that keeps us away from the Nama, away from the Seva, away from the gratitude. Away from the gratitude. Those are the weeds that are in the form of Bhakti lata. That's what Srila Prabhupada was talking about. Any of these thoughts or understandings, etc., that keep us away from the gratitude, away from the, we think the Nama is going on, we think the Seva is going on, but what am I filled with? Am I filled with gratitude or not? If I am not filled with gratitude, there is a weed or there is an obstruction. Krishna Prema, the preliminary bud of Krishna Prema, seed of Krishna Prema is the gratitude. If I'm not filled with gratitude, then there must be an obstruction. There must be something, a weed or obstruction, whatever it is. So like that. So the weeds are to be removed. Obstructions are to be removed. So this is a check mark. If I am not filled with gratitude, there is something happening, some weeds going. It's okay. I mean, what weed? If visible, whatever weed is, okay, you pluck out. If not visible, put at everything aside. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Gurudev. Thank you, Vaishnavas. Keep going. Whatever weeds are there, they will go away. It's very important. This point is very important because we think, oh, my Nama is going on. My Seva is going on. Nama is going on outside. Seva is going on outside. What's happening inside? Inside should be filled with gratitude. Yeah. So that is one more thing. So the answer, like, what do I do to progress in bhakti? The first one is the hearing. Hearing should be like that. And second one is this. Put away everything aside that comes in our way of filling ourselves with gratitude. In that way, we are weeding off everything. That's one thing, dear devotees. On the same token, there is one more beautiful thing. Okay, if I'm not filled with gratitude, I don't know what weeds are going on. Okay, let them just go away. I want to be grateful. That's one thing. Second thing is, not just grateful. If I am not grateful, maybe some weeds are going on. If I'm not joyful, then maybe there is some entitlement going on. You can think about it. It takes a little time to get there, but yeah. So ahankara gives that entitlement. I am supposed to. I did this, so I should be getting this. That supposed. I should be treated like this, or I'm supposed to get it. I have done this much. By this time, I should be getting. I should be getting this. Entitlement like that. It's almost like an expectation, but entitlement. When the entitlement is there, there is no joy. Yeah. And when the complaints are there, then there is no gratitude. So if these are observed, these are the indicators of the weeds. So this is something to keep in mind. Not keep in mind. This is something to just keep filling ourselves with gratitude. And say Gauranga and just he will make us joyful. So, yeah. So in this way, Bhakti Lata Bija penetrates the mind also with the strength that is coming from the Shabda Brahman. And also penetrates what's the next layer of the mind? Jadu, Jadu, invisible, all-pervading, and ahankara. That is also penetrated by Bhakti Lata Bija. Wow, so strong. It has become Bhakti Lata Bija, penetrated ahankara. Where is this strength coming from? Same strength where it got started from. Nothing from outside. Fill ourselves with the Vani of Shabda Brahman, the sadhu, the Gaura Priyajana. So, like that. So now, if we look at this, what all we have heard is tattva now. Now, please tell the devotees, how is this Bhakti Lata Bija growing? It's not because our eligibility, our qualification. It is on the strength of the sadhu Vani and the nama that goes on in the light of sadhu Vani. This is the strength of Bhakti Lata Bija. So are we doing that every day, all the time? That's how our strength comes. And the Seva also happens like that. So those are the do's. Śravaṇa and glorification chanting based on the Śravaṇa, and the Seva will happen. That is one thing. So the second point is the Bhakti Lata Bija. Strength of Bhakti Lata Bija is this, the Śravaṇa, the chanting. And the don'ts are don't do aparadhas. Okay, I am trying to understand what that means. What is this don't do aparadha? Then do. The positive affirmation is be grateful. So don't complain, means be grateful. Don't do aparadha means be grateful, and don't offend means serve. So here also do's, be grateful, filled with gratitude, not be grateful, okay, I'll try to be grateful. Filled with gratitude, and then service comes, then filled with gratitude. So see that the weeds do not grow. Don't grow the weeds. But we translated that to fill with gratitude. Okay? Even if the weeds are growing, then they will go away. So that's one thing. Yeah. So with this, the Bhakti Lata Bija, it will make its way to Goloka. It will make its way. This is how the journey is. Yes, dear devotees, I will pause here, Mataji, and thank you all, dear devotees. I'm entering into the tree zone, but you please go ahead now.
Thank you, Mataji.
Examples assumed as Bhakti creeper. If the example, yeah. Example is when the Bhakti is only in the mind, but is not coming in the form of Seva, then that looks like Bhakti creeper, but that's silly. Bhakti has to come in the form of Seva. Yeah. Is that okay, Yamini Mataji? Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Bhakti has to come in the form of Seva. It means, of course, it needs. So yes, the strength, the strength comes from there. But to answer your question, yes, if there is Bhakti inside, it has to come as Seva. and seva, grateful seva. Otherwise, it's a it looks like bhakti, but that's a deceptive creeper. Yes, Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare. Hope you feel better, ma'am. Yeah.